Historic downtown Hot Springs, Arkansas is a mile and a half of shops and attractions on Central Avenue. Let's take a look at them by car right now. We're going down historic Bathhouse Row from the corner of Whittington and Central Avenue. There is St. Mary's Church we just went by. So if you're Catholic, that's the go-to place. And then we have a few shops, sundry shops and clothing shops for women. And we have the Tillman's Antiques. Coming up, this is a shop that sells soap. And we have a karaoke recording studio. Bring your kids or adults in there and do that. A couple more clothes shops and a parking lot. This is a great place for free parking. And also an interesting thing to spend about 10 minutes is a free little mini museum put out by Mountain Valley Water. And it's right here. You can go in there and learn about the history of Mountain Valley Water. A little walkthrough exhibit takes a few minutes. Right up that street there, by the way, is a little path that'll take you all the way up the mountain. Most people don't realize if you want to go hiking, you can hike from right here downtown by going up and back of the parking garage there. Here's Rolando's Restaurant, Ecuadorian Tex-Mex, fantastic food, a must-go-to place. This is the pancake shop that has fresh squeezed orange juice and great pancakes. It's been popular. It's been there for 30 or 40 years. You'll see that's one of the duck boats there, and there's a lot of duck boat tour places, a couple that allow you to go into Lake Hamilton but actually drive on the road before that. And if you want to do a duck tour, it's a great thing to do with the family. You go, actually the car, boat, duck goes in Lake Hamilton, comes up. There's the Wax Museum, which is a neat little family attraction. Another duck boat. The Nut Cellar that has great coffee and ice cream. And a couple more little shops, old-time photo shops, plus souvenir shops. This is one of the parking lots that is a paid if you perchance can't find a spot to park on the road, pay a few bucks, and that's where to go. More souvenir shop, one for pet lovers, and that's an old Capone's, which is a bar right there for the late night people. A little small hole-in-the-wall bar that has entertainment on weekends. Another souvenir shop. You have the Toy Chest, fantastic learning kind of games for kids, and Romancing the Stone, which is a place that sells lots of Asian imported low-price stuff. You have the No Clothes Store and a Granny's Kitchen, which is a place for lunch or dinner. I think mainly they do lunch. Then you have National Park Gifts and Souvenirs. This building being rehabilitated there is the Diamond Center, and we have Vicky's Coffee Corner coming up. That's closed now. A great gourmet hamburger shop right there. And this is a place that serves popcorn up here, popcorn place, more souvenir shop. The duck rides, another kind of clothes shop, and a theater is coming in right there called the Vienna Theater. Here's some paid parking, and if you want free parking, you have to take your next right and go to the top floor of the parking garage. Right here is a place called the Oyster Bar. Now, it has a bar in the back for shucking oysters, but it's mainly a family restaurant that has great Cajun food and bread pudding and crawfish etouffee and fried shrimp and real reasonable prices. And then we have a few more antique shops here, and we have coming up on the Bank of America. And then after this intersection is called Angels in the Park, and it's a nice Italian restaurant right here on the corner. After that is a few more art galleries. By the way, the first Friday of every month, they have Art Gallery Walk with lots of people out on the streets. It's worth seeing. There's your post office, another art gallery. And right there is a new art gallery coming in here. Here's a nightlife bar here called Maxine's. Live music every night, original music. And we have a catering and reception hall now there. Another art gallery and an empty building. And I'm not sure what that building is there. We got a parking lot, obviously. And a couple more galleries coming up. The rest is just art galleries pretty much to the end of this block. And what we're going to do with our car is we're going to turn around and we're going to go in the other direction and then look at things on the other side of the street. So now we're at the turnaround and we're going to take a left and go back down the same street in the opposite direction. First off, we have an empty building, has yet to be rented. We have a little art gallery and a little furniture shop. Plus we have a shoe repair place. And coming up we have the Malko Theater. This is a theater that's a historic theater that hosts the Hot Springs Documentary Film Festival and office there. And they have the film festival for a week every October, which is fabulous. And there's parking here. Coming up, we have some art galleries and different things. We have a few restaurants coming up. We have on the second floor to our left the first floor is the Brick House Grill, which is a very affordably priced steakhouse and very friendly people, very casual dining, highly recommended. And then across from that, we have the Subway, your typical Subway sandwich place. But on the third floor, there's an Irish pub, and below that you can't see it, there's something called the Brauhaus, which is a German food and beer place, and it's sort of underground there and has great entertainment on the weekend. So that's a neat thing to see too. There's an Italian restaurant called Bel Arte, and then the steakhouse here, and they're both sort of higher end dining, but very good food. And then here we have the Arlington Theater, and they have their own house entertainment show, as well as the Scott Davis Magic Show, which is great for kids as well as adults through the summer. And that is the Visitor Center right here. Please stop at the Visitor Center to pick up all your brochures or have any of your questions answered. And while you're doing that, look, get some hot water right there. That's an open hot water, little spring. People bring glass jugs and fill up with real hot springs water. The next thing is Wheatley Park, a little tiny pocket park here with nice shade trees in the hot weather, some water coming down over some stones that the kids can play on. It's great if you got kids to spend 10 minutes there and take a break. And the next thing coming up is the yellow administration building. This is the beginning of Bathhouse Row. So you have the administration building. A few of these bathhouses are empty, I believe, like this one. But the bathhouse after that is the Buckstaff Bathhouse. And here's the individual bathing. They've been there over 100 years, and that's where you get the individual bathing, official kind of bathhouse experience. This is the Museum of Contemporary Art. Keep in mind, if you want the pool bathhouse experience, bring your bathing suit and little slip-on slippers. What do you call it? Those little thongs or whatever. And you can bathe in the Quapaw Bathhouse, which is a bunch of pools, also with the hot water, but that's where you can all be together with your friends. Coming up here is the free museum. It's the National Park Visitor Center. We just passed it by there, and that's a 3-story museum. You don't want to miss that at all because it's free and it's a great education about the hot springs. And that's some empty bathhouses here. But the Fordyce Bathhouse that we just passed is a free museum, 3 stories, and it's got a little 15-minute movie in it. It's got a gift shop. It's really the heart of where people go first to check in at the National Park and learn about everything about this very small but popular park. Coming up on the right is Arlington Park, which is across the street from, right up here in front, Arlington Hotel. Now this is a big lawn with an open hot spring that a bunch of people are playing out with frisbees and hanging out, and it's got a little rock climbing wall and a hot water display spring. You want to take your kids and family there and just hang out and relax. Bring a little blanket, have a picnic, and explore all the trails that Hot Springs has to offer. So we're going by the Arlington Hotel. And this is the Arlington Hotel parking garage. And here is a couple gift shops, a little parking lot, the National Park Aquarium, no relation to the National Park. It's really a small kind of attraction. The Springs Hotel and Spa. And coming up here, we have Antique Row with the Maxwell Blade Theater of Magic, along with the Gangster Museum. Got a Rings and Things, the Hattery. There's the Gangster Museum if you're into gangsters, and the Colonial Lunch and Waffle House, which is neat. They've been there since like 1962 or something. And then we're done with the Historic District. However, coming up a little past the Historic District into Park Avenue, you have a couple restaurants that are worth noting. One is Central Park Fusion, and that's some neat variety of different kinds of foods. And then one other one up here on Park Avenue is called the Bohemia. It's where some of the locals eat. It's relatively new, and a gentleman came in and his wife are running it. It's a fantastic variety of food at a very reasonable price. Definitely check out the Bohemia. It's coming up here on the left. And that pretty much ends our tour. But feel free to post anything, any questions you might have before coming to Hot Springs. Thanks for watching our video.